Mini reading is all about their soul. Okay, so next up on the list, I'm inputting your connections now. Okay. Also, if Megan, if you want to give me some, like, your timeline, if it's a new love, I just want to be sensitive to your timeline. If it is a breakup, but you're also not obligated to share any of it. It just might be helpful for you to receive some more customized insight. But again, we can just do a general read. Okay. All right. We're going to have answers in a second here. Oh, this is a love that you guys are meant to make your way back to each other. Sometimes a physical separation, sometimes it's more emotional or spiritual, but maybe like a dissolve or a disconnect and then finding each other again. Okay, so that's just kind of a sneak peek for Megan, and I'm going to get right into this for you. And not reconnected. Okay. It's the most devastating love to feel like you're losing, because when your souls know that the plan is that your destinies align and then it feels like that can't happen, it's a love that can really scar. A scar is evidence of its healing and its wound, but that constant reminder, so much compassion to that healing journey. Oh, you are now reconnecting. Okay, got you. Okay, well, everything's going according to plan. We're all good. It's all good. Yeah, so what if I told you, you guys had written in the stars a kind of a disconnect or a dissolve and then a reconnection? This is known as a cosmic reward. So if you get the soul tie report, it's in the 7th connection. But strong spiritual overtones to this. And then I do see, I believe, your past life love. So before I start your reading, I'll just kind of give you a bird's eye view. Yeah, love at first sight. There's a lot of Mars energy between your souls. Just like the last reading I did, Mars is the god of war. It's like passion, aggression. So that can create a love climate that's like, I can't live with you, can't live without you. So the best key, look at where your Mars is at in your natal chart, and there's to and establish those boundaries and rules for fighting fair. You're really going to note how changed your awareness to that alone will change the entire flavor of your love, where you're really actually enjoying that energy and you're not blaming each other, but you're both Mars to each other. So you're both going to be stimulating each other passionately. That's the good news. That doesn't fade. But also pushing each other's buttons without trying, and I'll explain that in your report. So welcome in, welcome in. There's a twin flame video if you do want to comment on the video. I don't do that in the live stream though. Okay, and this paid reading is for Megan. Let's dive in. Okay, so in your first soul tie, it is beautiful Venus. This is a soul tie. It was in the last reading, and I feel like it's going to show up in the collective today, and it's a rare one, so that's why I wanted to preface it with, this is not found in very many readings, but it seems to be going to be the theme today. It's one of the better ones in terms of feeling like you're made for each other, feeling like you could do this forever, and not being able to stay mad at each other. 3 more things. That pure love is flowing in both directions. It is triplified. It lends itself to feeling like your values systems are aligned, your lifestyles are aligned, you enjoy the same types of experiences, and you probably have a cute fun list of all the things you like and dislike that they like and dislike. It's like we're just 2 peas in a pod. We're made for each other, as a matter of fact. It just feels like this is done from good karma together, okay? It's just gonna feel like this happily ever after, that inner knowing that you could just make love last forever, because there's no way to stay mad at each other. Of course, relatively speaking. So this really does add to the compatibility and longevity. All of that is enhanced by this connection. So again, it stems from really good karma together. I'm also seeing the god of war. war. Okay, so we've got Venus, the goddess of love, and then the god of war as your purpose together. So that's 45% of your chemistry, which does explain the ups and downs. There's, for better or for worse, the uncomfortable truth is you guys could anger each other without trying, and it is without trying. The good news is you're never going to lose that spark. So the rightful use of this energy is just stay passionate, stay productive. We don't want to make passion a chore, but the more you're able to harness that energy through physical exertion together, it could be as simple as going for a walk together, yard work, housework, hobbies together, work out together, or literally have a job together. This will be required. It's part of why your souls are coming together. Your purpose is your first two connections, sharing a lot of pure love, longevity, compatibility, and passion, and heal whatever this is. So we don't know as astrologers, was it a past life where love wasn't consummated? It looks like that's plausible. Or was it like a past life where anger, aggression, arguments, something didn't get to play out? We just kind of either ended it or buried the hatchet. We decided not to work that out, just ignore it. Whatever that was, it could have been competitors, it could have been frenemies, it could have been just like agitation, and we just didn't work it out. So that is going to be worked out in this lifetime. We don't want that storyline to replay, whether it was passion not consummated or aggression not worked out or both. We don't want them to repattern. So just stay physical. That's the summation of that. But this really draws you together with ferocity. It's like passion, fireworks. It's a little dramatic, but it is so enjoyable. It's the flavor that is so uncontrollable that once you have a love like this, you're like, there is nothing to compare this to. Just off the charts, right? So I know that you know that. I'm just giving words to why that is, and that you can trust that will always be true. Now, there's another one of these Mars connection in your eighth soul tie. This isn't anything to do with a past life, but your partner has their way of pushing your buttons without trying. And this will seek to have you kind of hone in on what angers you in this lifetime, what patterns exist or persist in that way. And then, in fact, just changing up your relationship with your own triggers and your relationship with anger in and of itself. Anger is not a bad thing. It's where we choose to, focus, and how we harness that energy. So again, this is not relationship advice. This is your soul's dynamic. It's your history, your chemistry, and your destiny together. And this energy we interpret emotionally. So as you feel these emotions arise, you can trust that you're going to always have that intense passion. But it can result in fighting, resentment, hostility, animosity, even like sudden heartbreaking arguments. Or if we're not openly fighting about it, it feels like a very uncomfortable wedge between two hearts and souls that feels very painful, right? And you're both Mars to each other. Your person is Mars to you here, and then you're Mars to your person in the other connection. So you're both going to have to realize, like, okay, fair, we got to forgive each other. So that is a big key. And then I also want to say, again, repeat, you can't stay mad at each other, but you can get mad, and thus the roller coaster. Okay. So using those keys, you can really, the roller coaster, the highs don't have to be as high and low, right? You can kind of even that out of it. 18 new messages. I'm not sure if you had been asking questions. My screen kind of froze. Okay, so I see your past life loves, and this love runs really, really deep. You guys have loved across lifetimes, multiple lifetimes, and this gives you that foundation. Love at first sight, maybe committing right away. I feel like this energy points to you guys had no choice. You just committed right away. Now, if life didn't allow for that, there was a strong desire to be together, and like, you're mine, like marking your territory, like, that's it, you're mine. Definitely with the first three connections, that's what that speaks. I also see in your fourth connection just freedom to be yourself. You're like so comfortable in your own skin around each other, and there's no need for each other to be a certain way in order for you to feel accepted. This is unconditional love to the highest degree, and you're the unpredictable one in the relationship. So just kind of sync your schedule with them, because they might wonder where they fit into your world. So show and tell them, because your freedom might scare them otherwise. But this is only positive. This energy allows you to have and explore your own individuality and independence and have your world together, just like friends. You don't miss a beat. You go off in your own direction and come right back together. So You can build a really, really strong relationship while having this already organically built in, while other couples have to really work hard to build this trust and respect. It's there. It's totally there. So in your fifth and sixth connection, I do see blessings for the both of you. Let me see. Who is the blessing? You are their blessing in the fifth, and they're your blessing in the sixth. So that is absolutely the best case scenario, is you want both partners feeling organically, like naturally giving to each other. When it's one-sided, which is not in your case, it can lead to feeling underappreciated, taken for granted, or taken advantage of. I wouldn't guess that. While that still could happen in any relationship, it's less likely to happen in a love where the soul's energy is prompting you to give to each other. So you both have a lot to be thankful for within each other and whatever you're receiving from each other. And then this relationship in and of itself, because the more you give gratitude to each other, that's magic. I'm going to say it again because it's so important. The gratitude you give to each other amplifies more abundance than you could ever have thought possible. So if you get the report, it goes over that in and out, or inside and out. But it would take me 10 minutes to really go over that. That is beautiful. It stems from doing good deeds for others in past lifetimes. I also see even more good karma. You guys have immaculate karma between the two of you. I see that in your first, fifth, sixth, and seventh connection. Okay. And you've done work for humanity together in a past life. I see that in connection 10. But going back to, excuse me, your destined soulmate connection, I do see, this love transforming like a caterpillar. It dissolves, it's over, but only over in that form. It takes on a new form, a more magical form. So love does that. Sometimes, like I said, it's a spiritual disconnect or emotional, or sometimes physically we separate, but higher powers guide you guys back together, and you're meant to receive confirmation of that. So this is confirmation from the human voice. I am just the messenger, but you're being guided and prompted by higher powers to get this information. So it is written in the stars. It is ancient truth about destined soulmates, as you will be guided, you will be shown, you will be told. And sometimes those synchronicities or messages come from the inside. Sometimes they come as like signs and synchronicity. The universe has many languages and messengers. And this time it's coming from a human voice. But yes, congratulations on that. I do see a lot of really good karma that you've already earned being bestowed to you both after love goes through that transformation, and you've got this more magical version of your love that you didn't see coming that happens, and it gets better and better the longer you stay together. Like that, that's when you receive your peace, prosperity, abundance, and miracles. So that's really, really exciting. No love is perfect. We can't expect perfection, but as far as love goes, this is amazing. It is really, really, really beautiful. It's one of the most sought after soul ties. Okay, if you're looking for the one. Okay, now also I see you are their teacher in this lifetime. So the way that you're viewing them through lenses of maybe their mistakes or the way they're getting it wrong, it's because the teacher has the right answer. So know that they're still learning things. We're all still learning things. So you're showing up to help them succeed as a teacher would. It can feel parental sometimes to the both of you. So just view that a little bit differently and transform the way that you're showing up. The teacher's always quietest during the test, always allowing the student to feel more capable and bright by practicing what they've already been taught or shown. And then also it reveals when they get it wrong, it reveals like what maybe you could approach in a different way. So it gives you an opportunity to be their rock. And on the highest expression of that, that's what that feels like for them, is like taking your advice. They're succeeding at life, status, recognition, career, relationship. It's Saturn energy. So make no mistake, Saturn, the planet, takes our success seriously. There's no shortcuts. It's about law and order. And this is the way you're showing up for them. So it can be a little heavy and salty to the both of you. And that's why, but it doesn't need to be. You can totally be constructive in your approach. And then again, take those glasses off. Don't grade the papers on the weekend. Just take the day off sometimes. It's hard to see the one that we love through those lenses of all of their mistakes. But just know that that is your soul's role. You're ensuring a lot of their success. I'm sure that they appreciate you in that light. If they don't, they will. I don't know where you're at in your timeline with that, but I do see that you're their dream person. You literally swept them right off their feet. You were feeling the romance too, but they're really feeling it. This is also divine love, so it flows from you to them. So they're really getting the potency of that, and you're getting the reflection of that. So it's super, super romantic, but they've never felt this way in their life. Have they told you that? Because I will tell you that. There's a lot of fantasy and idealism involved with the way that they view you. So you're up on this pedestal and they see the best in you, and that's why you can show up in that best energy too. I also say this is a very deeply spiritual connection, and it has its roots in a past life where you shared in some type of either religion, spirituality, maybe work for humanity or some kind of spiritual goals. It's possible, if it wasn't any of that, that you longed to be together in a past life and didn't get to be, but whatever that is probably going to be themed in this lifetime as well. So you're going to probably be able to fill in that blank. You definitely feel a spiritual connection, yes. And then this is a psychic connection too, where you're thinking each other's thoughts, you're experiencing each other's emotions, predicting each other's needs. It's like couples can become well versed in each other's energy over time, but this is from the get go. It's like otherworldly. Maybe it felt like time stood still when you met. So, very, very cool. Is there a spiritual connection between you guys? Yeah, we can look.